Okay, so Netanyahu and his party has put in their charter that they believe in the Greater Israel Project, which means getting rid of Palestine. They have their own version of from the river to the sea.
Sure.
Just went through this with Anna. Yeah. Historically, Netanyahu has lured America into war. You saw it with Iraq, and then you'll see footage of it, right? Where he's like, we need to go into Iraq. Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. With Iran, they'll tell you, no real threat there. I actually don't agree with that. And I got into disagreement with Anna about that, and Dave. Although Dave kind of beat my ass there because he just knows so much about it. Unfortunately, I wasn't capable enough, like you are, to hold up my side of that debate, even though it was really more of an interview. That said, Tulsi Gabbard just came on and told the world Iran wasn't really a threat. And then you've got that clip coming up, right? So Israel has a very powerful lobby. They've bought our politicians. And I even hate using the term Israel because I fear that it breeds huge amounts of anti-Semitism. And I've seen evidence of it. So I'll say Netanyahu. So that's going to be the argument, right? Is that he's got this evil agenda, right? And he's luring America into this fight. And I've heard also that they're really our only resource. I think Andrew Bustamante said this actually, I think to PBD very recently. I don't know why I didn't get it out of him on my show. But he was saying, I think that they're really our only resource for intelligence outside of our own in that region. One would intimate from that, despite the fact that he did not say it, that we would be beholden even more so for those reasons.
Okay. So there's a lot to unpack there.
I know, sorry.
I'll start with for those that say there should be a Palestinian state, there already is one. It's called Jordan. 90% Palestinian. The Palestinians there are constitutionally second-class citizens to the Hashemite regime. I don't see Anna Kasparian or Dave Smith or anybody crying about the Palestinians living as second-class citizens in Jordan. I see them crying about the Palestinians living in Israel who have the exact same rights, and there is a Arab member of the Supreme Court in Israel, and Arab doctors and Arab everything else, Palestinian, all these things. So we'll start with that. There is a Palestinian state. I think a story in the book really illustrates my worldview. And in all of the things you point out, I think are important until you step back. And I think I'm willing, and pro-Israel people are willing to acknowledge where their worldview comes from. And I think Anna and Dave Smith are not, which I think there's no way to support Hamas and to support the concept of a Palestinian state, another Arab state, without being anti-Israel. You can't say from the river to the sea, or you can't say Palestine will be free without being anti-Semitic. But
as the temps start to rise, I get that familiar urge to refresh my closet. But I am done wasting money on trendy pieces that I wear once, which is why I'm obsessed with Quince. The clothes are timeless, elevated, built to last, no insane markup. I'm talking about 100% European linen shorts and dresses that start at just $30. Italian leather platform sandals, luxe swimwear that looks straight off a runway but costs half of what you'd expect. Quince partners directly with top-tier factories, cutting out the middleman so you get designer quality at a price that actually makes sense. And they only work with ethical, responsible manufacturers who care about people and the planet. Personally, I stocked up on the linen tees and the tanks, and believe it or not, a killer summer dress. Occasionally, I do wear dresses. And honestly, it finally feels like my wardrobe matches my standards. Upgrade your wardrobe at quince.com. Luxury should never mean compromise. Team, give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Jillian to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Jillian.
When I was in the Middle East for a couple of years, and to be fair, when I went to the Middle East, I had a lot of these same feelings. I thought there should be a two-state solution. I thought the Israelis were the problem, and if only the Israelis would make more concessions. Obviously, we know what happened when the Israelis gave the Gaza to the Palestinians and billions of dollars flowed in. They didn't build Singapore. They built an armed camp with tunnels to take people hostage and on and on. But I went to Gaza in 2012 to interview a failed suicide bomber. And this was a woman who, in the early 2000s, had pulled a pot of boiling water over herself as a little girl. She was like 5 or 6. She's medevaced to Israel, given free, world-class medical care that they didn't have in Gaza to treat her burns and save her life. And she has a pass because of her medical condition to go back and forth from Gaza to Israel. So after Gaza turned into a terrorist camp because the people there voted in Hamas, she still gets to go to Israel for her medical care. And she gets recruited by one of the terror groups, the Oscar March Brigade, to become a suicide bomber. She's given 3 target choices: a bus, a cafe, and the hospital that has treated her for free and saved her life, and the doctors and nurses who were part of that effort. Those are the 3 choices she has. She chooses to go kill all the people who saved her and chooses the hospital. So she gets to the crossing, and this is all on video. These facts are not in dispute.
Right.
She gets to the crossing, the Erez crossing, where the Israelis have a security checkpoint. They somehow detect that she's wearing a suicide vest. She pulls the detonator, and it doesn't go off. She's arrested. She's thrown in an Israeli jail. She's still treated for all of her burns and given world-class medical care for free. She earns her degree, on and on. The Gilad Shalit deal happens, which was the deal for an Israeli soldier that had been kidnapped for about 1,000 Palestinians. A couple notable people crossed into Gaza in this deal. One of them was her, Wafa, and the other is Yahya Sinwar, the guy who planned the October 7th attacks.
Yes.
So I go interview Wafa, thinking this is going to be a great story of redemption. This proves there's hope in the Middle East because she is changed in jail and realized I've been given a second chance at life and I'm not going to go be a suicide bomber. I'm going to be an advocate for peace. I show up in Gaza, go to Wafa's house, interview's been arranged, sit down with her, start talking to her, and I said, I brought something for you. And the story's in the book, so this sort of gives your listeners an insight into where this all comes from. So I write in the book that I'm there with my iPad, and we've got cameras looking at me with the video and looking at her, and then looking at the 2 of us in the video. And I play the video for her of her trying to blow herself up. She had never seen it before. And she gets this huge smile on her face, and I say, "What are you thinking?" And she says, "I'm thinking that is the moment I tasted paradise."
Oh, geez, Leland. Oh, my God.
I said, "Oh, okay. So, I mean, would you do this again?" Obvious question.
Yeah.
Her answer, in a minute.
When we talk about success in the health and wellness space, people usually focus on the product. Maybe it's killer protein powder, a sleek activewear line, a smart home workout program. But what most people don't realize is that the real magic often happens behind the scenes. Take some of your favorite brands like Alaya Naturals, Skims, or mine, for example. Yeah, I mean, we've got the products and the hype, but we're also using something that makes the selling part smooth and seamless. That business, the behind the scenes business, is Shopify. And nobody does better than Shopify at selling. Home to the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret weapon, Shop Pay, which boosts conversions by up to 50%. That means fewer carts get abandoned and way more sales actually go through. So if you're serious about scaling your business, your commerce platform better be ready to meet your customers where they are online, in-store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Because businesses that sell more, they sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Alaya and Skims use. Sign up for your free $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Jillian. That's shopify.com/Jillian, all lowercase. One more time, shopify.com/Jillian to upgrade your selling today. Active Skin Repair utilizes a molecule called hypochlorous acid. Now, when you apply it to the skin, the molecule works by mimicking the natural immune response to cleanse, soothe irritation, reduce inflammation, and support healing. Active Skin Repair can be used to treat a wide range of skin issues, including cuts, scrapes, burns, sunburns, diaper rashes, and other types of skin damage. And it's also safe and non-toxic, making it suitable for use on all skin types, all parts of the body, and you can even use it on rosacea, eczema, and acne-prone skin. With over 500,000 happy customers, thousands of 5-star reviews, and ingredients so safe and clean they can be used by the youngest member of the family to the oldest, you now have one simple solution for all of your family's skin health needs. So visit ActiveSkinRepair.com to learn more about Active Skin Repair and to get 20% off your order. Use the code Jillian. Again, that's ActiveSkinRepair.com and the code is Jillian.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.